Hello and good morning to all. As you can see, first things first. This is again my garden, the not my garden, the apartment garden where I'm staying here, and there's no rain. It is cloudy. It is pretty much cloudy, but there is no rain, and this doesn't really appear to be rain clouds. It is cloudy. You can see now. See, it is cloudy, and you can sense it that maybe there will be some rain later on in the day, as Gargi had done that weather report, that between say 11 and 3 o'clock, there is chance of 60% precipitation. So there is chance of rain there. So this live is not about the weather, by the way. This live is about Jasprit Bumrah. Why did Jasprit Bumrah not play has resulted a social media uproar in India, and he's getting a lot of flack. Now, I think it is important to put out the facts before you. By the way, I'm not going to take any side. I'm not going to say Jasprit Bumrah is right or X is wrong or nothing like that. I just want to put out all the facts that I have been able to piece together in the last 48 hours. And I will put it in front of you and then let all the viewers decide. I have made my decision and I know what I am talking about. But it is absolutely essential for you guys to try and decide before taking a position on Jasprit Bumrah and coming down heavily on the man. First things first, let me ask you some straight questions. This oval wicket is one of the most juiciest, if not the juiciest, in this entire tour of 3 months, 2 months, between June 20th and August, 5th is when, 4th is when the tour will end. This is the most juicy wicket that we have seen right through this tour. Now, if you are Jasprit Bumrah, just think for a second, if you are Jasprit Bumrah, would you not want to bowl on this wicket? Would you not want to come and make the most of these conditions on offer? Think, just think that with the kind of potential arsenal ability you have, a wicket that assists so much, even in the 55th over, the ball is moving around with Jamie Overton and Atkinson and obviously Chris Wokes is no longer there now, but everybody. So you must try and understand. You must try and understand that if an Overton, an Atkinson, a Wokes, all of them, and of course a Josh Tongue is able to move the ball. Would a Jasprit Bumrah be able to do that? It's a no-brainer. Number two, this is the series decider. Now, every one of us want to be the hero. It is the human instinct that you want to soak in center stage. When hundreds of people have come to me and written to me saying, even our investor group, which is what matters to me so much, that the work has been extraordinary, it feels great, right? It is only natural that I will feel very happy about it. Now, Jasprit Bumrah, had he got this platform to be the hero, he would have come series decider, five-for oval, winning India the game. Would he have wanted to do that? Yes or no? Number three, you know, everything has been set up. Rishabh Pant not there. You have seen Herculean efforts from Shubman Gill and KL Rahul, Washington Sundar, Ravindra Jadeja in Manchester. Now, Jasprit Bumrah is an alpha male. Do you not think that Jasprit Bumrah would also want to put his hand up and say, you know what, I have seen my colleagues do that in this series. It is time for me to do that also. Number three. Number four, Jasprit Bumrah is a former skipper. With Rishabh Pant not there, Jasprit Bumrah being a former skipper, would he not want to come and help Shubman Gill by putting his weight in and trying to do a job for India when England also is not at full strength? Would he not want to use that opportunity to make a difference? And finally, look, these are all international cricketers with superhuman egos. Everybody knows, and in just the platform, that for a Jasprit Bumrah not to be able to, he's not going anywhere. Has he left the tour midway to go and do some endorsement and some deal or something like that? No. He's very much in that Indian change room sitting and talking to the boys, coming down to the ground, sitting with the support staff. Now, do you think any player, forget Jasprit Bumrah, any player who's sitting out there is feeling good about it? Now, these are just five questions that I wanted to put in front of you first. Now, what is the real reason? These are facts which I have been been able to put together, having spoken to multiple sources over the last 72 hours, 48 to 72 hours. First things first, Jasprit Bumrah in Australia, and this actually started with the Australia tour. Jasprit Bumrah in Australia, during that Melbourne Test match, he bowled outstandingly. Perth. He bowled the first three Test matches. He was at his absolute best, and all of us know that, right? We all know that how good Jasprit Bumrah was at the BGT during the Melbourne Test match. And take it that Jasprit Bumrah had already had an operation before that in his lower back, and as a result, for a long time he was not able to play. And we all know that background, that Jasprit Bumrah unfortunately was not well for a period, and a lot of that background. Now the thing is, in Australia, after day 3 of the Melbourne Test match, Boxing Day Test, after day 3, Jasprit Bumrah was physically not there. In the sense, clinically he was fit. Now you and I might feel clinically fit. We can be, but body-wise, only a high-performance elite sports person can actually sense if his body is giving him that extra bit or not. It is not about, and to consult medical experts. Jasprit Bumrah in Melbourne pushed his body because, again, the series was on the line. And because the series was on the line, he pushed his body in Melbourne. He tried to do a job for India. And what happened was he somehow managed to put together a performance, and Melbourne India lost. But Jasprit Bumrah did push his body to an effect. And you remember him saying, "Thak chuka hu yaar, aur nahi ho raha hai." And thereafter, again, please remember, the turnaround between Melbourne and Sydney was very much like Manchester and Oval. It was 3 days. The Melbourne Test match ended on the 30th of December, and then 31st, 1st, 2nd, the Test match was on the 3rd. Exactly the same, like between Manchester and the Oval. Jasprit Bumrah pushed his body yet one more time for the Sydney Test match, and again, had India drawn that Test match, the series would have been 2-2. Or two, and exactly like now, the series would have been 2-2. India was down to 1 going into the Sydney Test match. He pushed his body, and even before the first innings ended, he ended up with that injury and was whisked off to that hospital for scans. Each one of us remember Jasprit Bumrah being taken for scans and what really transpired there. Thereafter, he was off away for 4 months. He couldn't play. The return was delayed. IPL, we know, he couldn't play the Champions Trophy. We know all of that what transpired with Bumrah. Now, here's what we know. That Jasprit Bumrah, medical advice, and by the way, this is his surgeon, and medical advice was, if that injury in his lower back gets aggravated one more time, his red ball career is done. His red ball career would be on the line. Maybe even 50 over cricket would be on the line, and only T20 cricket, but that too would be question mark. Now, if you know this, that the medical advice is this, and you have pushed your body in the past, and this is where you landed, would you be able to push your body one more time when you know that your career is on the line? I think it is unfair to say Jasprit is picking and choosing. I think it is completely wrong to say that Jasprit did not want to play and he's not serious enough. I think it's totally biased to pick out on Jasprit Bumrah and start going for him. When you know the real reasons as to what is transpiring, what is the story, Ryan Tendish-Carter did come and say it was about workload management, but he did not give out the details. Ryan Tendish-Carter did come and say, he suggested 3 test matches. But the background is this, because he has been advised medically that he can push up to a point and no more. He has been told categorically what he can do and what he can't do, and the rest is on him. Now, will he push his body more and put a real question mark on his career? Can any one of us do that? If someone comes to anyone who is watching this broadcast or will watch this broadcast and come and say, oh, you know what? You guys must take a career-defining decision and take a call. Take a call. This could impact your career. Would you do that? Would you do that, something that will put an end to your career? And Jasprit Bumrah has 4 or 5 years of cricket left. At least 4 or 5 years of cricket left. People who said he will retire, etc. No, he wants to continue this WTC cycle. He absolutely wants to continue. 2 test matches South Africa, 2 test matches New Zealand. He knows what he can do and wants to serve Indian cricket. He's a proud performer. So I absolutely think that it has been a tad unfair on what I have seen on social media to say that Jasprit Bumrah picks and chooses, Jasprit Bumrah did not want to put his hand up for India, Jasprit Bumrah, even I was of the opinion, I must say this, even I have done videos. I have said things saying, oh, how much I would want Jasprit Bumrah to put himself on the line, series decider, such an important platform if he is fit. But once you know the real story, what is the reason behind this man not taking a real risky call? Then you understand and appreciate the reasons behind the call. And I think that is what all of us need to kind of do at this point. I do think that's something that each one of us need to appreciate and soak in, and thereafter take a call or decide whether or not you want to take a harsh stand on Jasprit Bumrah. I will not. And I'm again leaving it to you. I have over the last 72 hours understood medical advice given to him. I've understood where he's coming from. I've understood where the Indian team management stands on this particular matter. So I know where Jasprit Bumrah's decision had come from. I hope with this explainer, you will also know and appreciate where Jasprit Bumrah's matter had come from. Last couple of minutes on this one, because as you know, I do the live from the Oval from 9:15 local. It's 8:10 already, so I'll have to get ready and leave for the Oval. Weather-wise, it has cleared up in the last 10 minutes that I've been doing this particular show. Well, it is a much better day compared to yesterday morning. It's not sunny. It is not the London of Lords. The London of Lords early morning was hot and bright and sunny and warm. This is not the same. The London of the Oval London, this London is very different to Lords. Lords, the temperature was going up to approximately 31, 32. On days it had gone up to even 32, and the low was around 21, 22, 23. Here the low is around 14, 15. As I speak, it's about 14 degrees, and it will go up to about 21 or so. So it's a chillier London. It's a pleasanter London. It's not hot by any stretch of imagination. And the amount of rain yesterday morning when I woke up at 5:45, and I reported to you, between 5:45 and 7:45, 50, around 8 o'clock, I started a 10-15 minute live. I can tell you it was a heavy shower and consistent rain. Thereafter, it eased out, and 10 o'clock, it started to drizzle again. And we know that there was a heavy, heavy shower, which resulted in that 2 hours, 2.5 hours of delay. Yellow thunderstorm warning was also given. Today, there is no such thunderstorm warning. Today, the weather is supposed to be much better. Today, there is a chance of precipitation between 11 and 3. Today, there is a chance of all of that, but those are, 60%, 70%, means there could be a smallish delay. There could be some time that is taken off. But you also know that the game can go on till 7:30 in the evening, like you have seen yesterday. The good thing is that after 3 o'clock, the chance of precipitation reduces to 5%, which means there will be no precipitation. After 3 o'clock or maybe 2:30 onwards, if you go by the London Met Department app and multiple other apps and go down into the detail, you will understand that the chance of precipitation in the afternoon is practically non-existent. So you will expectedly have a reasonably strong day's play. You will have that. So it is a massive day once again. The new ball is still 16, 17 overs away. Can India do a lot with that oldish ball? Can this partnership survive the old ball without a Chris Wokes there? Could well decide the future of this particular test match. If India is able to get another 60, 70 runs to what they have already got, this will be an absolutely gripping test match, because I can tell you on this wicket, even the Indian bowlers will get assistance. So I hope I've been able to give you these points. I wanted to clarify on Jasprit Bumrah and give you the exact story. I wanted to give you the weather update and set it up. We will join you in exactly 1 hour from now from outside the Oval. Gargi will join me as usual. We will come live to you building up to the day. For the moment, that's all I have for you. Thank you very much for watching.